Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday edition of Coffee Time. I believe you're kind of stuck with me again today. Dana is MIA, I believe, and that's okay. She's doing her thing, and we're doing our thing, and if she's around, she'll join us. But I wanted to really continue this talk that we were getting into with regards to the 5 underlying causes of illness. They are essential. And I've been doing a few different lives this morning. And if you happen to catch any of them, you know that there's kind of a theme going on today with regards to toxins and understanding that we are here to empower you, to give you the opportunity to take charge of your own health, and with the right information. Oh, I think Dana's joining us. And then go with it from there. There she is.
Hello, hello. Not going to guarantee any good connection. It's really yucky today. So, hello, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. Well, good afternoon. We're doing a lunchtime now. It's chilly out today, is it?
It's weird. It's kind of warm, but it's damp. I don't know. It's nice. Yeah. It's beautiful. The birds are singing. It stopped raining for a few minutes so we could connect, Lord willing. And then, yes. How are you, Wendy? Hello, my friend. Hello, my friends on Facebook land.
Yeah. It's been a bit of one of those weeks, I think. It's just we're kind of all over the place and trying to catch up and trying to connect, and just we're going to be busy. This is a busy week for everybody, I think.
It is a busy week. We have our Paro women's event reimage, and we are actually featured speakers as our Paro group, which is honestly such an honor out of the thousands of women that belong to Paro and the thousands of circles that they've created.
All over hundreds. Area. Yeah.
I know, it's so cool. And then we have our own little event coming up as well, the Nourish Mama event. And this beautiful quiet time, Wendy, is just exactly what I needed to kind of step out of the chaos of life, because I have written my entire kind of event page, like, you know, not the event page, I'm sorry, the whole 45-minute course content, which I think you're going to find incredible. I'm just like patting my own back here, but it's so beautiful. Not gonna lie, so beautiful. And then at the same time, created a 6-week breast health course at the same time.
Oh, see, that's good to get away and quiet, and because then you can really get creative and your brain juices start flowing. I need to do that. My brain juices are kind of stagnant right now.
We'll have to do that another time when we're not busy. We'll just like stealth away into the camp here, or no connection, and just like even for 24-hour reset.
Yeah, and how many years have we been saying we're going to do that and we never do it? Terrible. Terrible.
I do it every weekend.
I know you do it. I know. I'm talking to myself here.
Yeah, and I think that's important as we expand and understand what nourishment actually means for our mind, body, soul. It's a unique individual understanding of what floats our boat, what makes us tick, and recognizing where our highs and lows are, and being willing to do that, the willingness to do that. I think that's a great reflection that's building up to honoring ourselves as women with the Reimage event, and business and women in business, nourishing ourselves with nourishing mama, nourishing for myself the feminine, or nourishing what is feminine and divine within us, and all that God created me to be and created everyone to be, and also for yourself, nourishment of the food. With Darlene, it's the nourishment of the sound and the hearing, the nourishment of the mind, and then Then dawn, it's the nourishment of the body complete. So it's something like
Yeah.
so excited, honestly. So yeah,
It is. It's so exciting, and it's nice that we really kind of round out the whole package with regards to
yes.
how our own specific niches really evolve together and can connect to create this whole package that we are offering to everybody, and it's just amazing. I just feel so grateful and so blessed to be able to be part of a group like this and to have this opportunity to do this kind of stuff too. So it's just
Very
nice.
excited. Very excited because I believe that, is that like even when I'm reading it, I'm just like goosebumps and just like I hope it doesn't go too far and expose too much, but just enough to say, I never thought about it that way, or I didn't know that was sitting there. And then
Mhm.
being able for the women who are part of our event to then connect with each one of us for our individual needs after, like for your individual needs after. Like, I can't be all. I don't ever say I'm all, but Wendy's got some, and Darlene's got some, and Dawn's got some, and we create this great little awesomeness.
Yeah. And
No word
and
for the
and
day.
that's so true. I mean, not one person, not one practitioner. Even with just the two of us, we really rely on connecting with each other, and as well as other practitioners throughout the city who specialize in different things. It's not just one person or one practitioner that can help everybody. It's that whole healthcare group that individuals should put together for themselves, whoever they resonate with, who can give you the best advice, who you can really connect with on a soul level as well as a
Mm-hmm.
personal level and whatnot too, because health is a personal thing. Health is a priority. Health is something that is not just cut and dry, generalized, kind of cookie cutter kind of situation for everybody. It's a very personalized, individualized situation. And we've been kind of talking about that a lot. Well, I've been trying to emphasize that a lot in the last couple of days. Going through this week, looking at, underlying reasons and causes for illness that we, potentially could stumble upon or be a part of without even realizing. And then, of course, today, I don't know, there just seems to be a theme about empowering yourself with your own health and
Mm-hmm.
understanding that you have to take responsibility and take charge of what goes in your mouth, how you move your body, and you can't really blame anybody else. You can't blame your family members. You can't blame the government. You can't blame your doctors. You can't blame, and I say, well, you can blame the government a little bit, but you can't blame anybody else because we are responsible and we have to take charge. I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned earlier in a little my Tuesday talk that babies, we take care of them. We're responsible for them. But when we become adults, we don't, we're still expecting everybody else to take care of us. And that's not the thing. We go for guidance to certain people, but, for our spiritual health, for our physical health, for our nutritional health, for our physical, all these different things. But nobody can be responsible for anything that goes on with your body except for you.
Right.
And that empowerment is part of education is a part of that empowerment. And I think that's where you and we have that passion to be able to bring that to people. Yeah. So
Here,
we were,
here, here,
yeah.
here, here.
We were talking a little bit more about those underlying causes. Yesterday, we talked about food and lifestyle, and I said it so many times, food and lifestyle, food and lifestyle, food and lifestyle. Again, it's that responsibility that people have to take to understand what they're putting in their bodies and to get the proper information to know what's best for them. Today, we're talking a little bit about toxins a little bit and chemicals. We talked all through last month in my private group about chemicals for cleaning the house and different things, and why we have to be very vigilant about understanding, when we put something on our skin, it's within seconds it gets throughout our whole bloodstream. And when we talk about beauty products in particular, this is something, again, that is one of the big contentions for a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people, because we don't understand how these toxins are staying in our bodies and residing. We're not detoxifying them out of our system. And people get really confused with that word a little bit. It's just about being able to process or metabolize the toxins and release them. That's what detoxification is.
Right. And it's not like, let's just go out to the store and buy a supplement and let's make ourselves detox. No, it's the sweating and the breathing and the movement and the dry brushing and the lymphatic massage and the bowel movements and the urination. So all of those pathways, right, express a different release of toxins. So how many people do I talk to that are like, yeah, I don't sweat. They can't even force themselves to sweat. They have a very difficult time to sweat. So it's peculiar, and I hope, I'm always like, okay, you have seen someone about that, right? Like that is very,
yeah.
Yes.
There's something a little off there.
Yeah, something very off there.
Yeah.
But it is just that. It's that simplifying things enough to practice some breathing and deep breathing. I don't just mean like making sure you're breathing. No, I mean actually deep breathing down to the belly and exercising our lungs, because this is such a time as this that lung breath and cherishing that ability to take deep breaths is ever so more important. Like, I can't express that enough. Like, this is the time, like no other time, that you should be focusing on the health of your lungs and the ability to stretch and breathe deeply, right? Because the breath it releases CO2, it releases toxins, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. Take your damn mask off every 2 hours. Go outside and take 5 deep breaths, please.
Yeah.
It's you're
take
breathing.
Take the physical mask off, but take the metaphorical mask off as well too, and allow yourself to give yourself that chance to just really breathe. Don't hold it in.
And I'm not saying don't, of course, go outside. Don't do it in your office unless you don't have anybody in your office. But I mean, I mean to not be away from people, to step away from the crowd, to find yourself a secluded spot. Take your mask off and do some deep breathing, because it is necessary, and oxygen is the vitality in the breath. You need oxygen to survive. And it's just that's whole like opening and breathing and stretching and those types of things. And I'll talk more about that with our Nourishing Mama event. And it's that really goodness right there. But it's so much, so important. And it's like resetting your body. Really, you're like resetting the brain, resetting the body. Instead of going for that shot of espresso, go take 5 deep breaths. So important.
And there's certain techniques that you can actually do to recharge with your breath. You can use your breath. We have this beautiful gift. We've been given this gift since the day that we were born. And I used to talk about this a lot within my yoga practice. This gift that we have, that we take for advantage of, or we take for granted on a daily basis, is this unconscious mechanism that goes on in the body. But when we begin to harness the breath and we understand the power that we have with the breath, it can be life altering, because you can shift so much energy in your body, as well as just releasing the toxins on a physical level. You change your mental state by different breathing patterns. You can energize yourself physically, or you can, slow things down with the breath. The breath is so potent that it is something that definitely we should definitely talk about more, for sure, because it's something people need to encompass. I actually got a book. It's not here right now, but I got a book the other day, just nothing on but breath. And I know right now you're learning different techniques with breath as well too. So alternate nostril breathing, these, raising the fire within the gut with breathing, and just being very conscious of the flow of the breath in and out through the nostrils, feeling that sensation and bringing yourselves to a different plane, basically, with it. It is a beautiful thing, for sure.
It's beautiful. Absolutely. Yeah. And I think so, even with, within the 5-day hormone detox that you can download for free, we have a whole separate little module in that about talking about the toxins. And I
Mm.
know Wendy just loves, and it's so much, but these toxins in particular, when you're talking breast health or you're talking hormone health, act as estrogens in the body.
Yeah.
And they then hog up the hormone receptors with these toxins so that it runs awry, right? And any of the hormones that your body is naturally producing doesn't have the ability to attach to the receptors as they should because there's toxins in the way. And that's why Wendy like fervently talks about makeup, natural makeup, no makeup, detoxing, opening your pathways, dry brushing, breath, like it's so important. And then removing the toxic chemicals in the house for so many other reasons,
Mhm.
using a water filter, growing your own food, because these chemicals that we have as part of that are now permanently in our water systems, that can be part of the air, the toxins in the air, all the cleaners that we're using. Um,
Just
act and just a bombardment of chemicals that
mhm.
one can affect the health of the liver, that can affect the health of the lungs, that can affect the health of the breast, that can affect the health of the uterus. Oh my gosh, the mind,
The brain, yeah.
the
Big
brain.
one, yeah.
Yeah. And it's as simple as just switching one thing out when you're finished with the one thing, or just get rid of all of it altogether. If you've got the
Mhm.
money to do that, then and then taking those, don't dump them down the drain. You got to take them to
No.
toxic waste.
Yeah.
So, yes, and isn't that funny? You're really not supposed to dump things down the drain like that in mass quantities.
No. Um, yeah, people, yeah, we used to a long time ago dump drugs down the sink and to
Yep,
dispose of them and stuff. And then we end up seeing so much weird things going on in our livestock as a result of the water that they take in. Well, humans as well too. You see
humans as
birth
well.
control, you see antidepressants, you see all these different drugs that are in our system, in our water. It's just crazy. And I was just saying earlier in my talk that even something like a pesticide, like and I'm saying it wrong, gypsifate, something like that, is one of those widely spread toxin pesticides that they spray on plants, and they've sprayed it so much
Do you
that it's in our
mean
water supply.
do you mean glycosates?
Glycosates, gypsifates, yeah, maybe glycosates, yeah,
Glycosates.
glycosates, yeah.
Gypsum would be more of a lime base where you're providing nutrients to the
You're right.
soil, but glycosates are the sort of the roundup aspect
Yeah,
to break away from the chlorophyll's ability to take in sunlight, so the plant dies. That's
yeah.
the basis of it, right? But
Oh,
in yeah, so it takes away the green ability to allow for sun to come in, and the plant dies.
hmm.
And that's why you have Roundup Ready corn and soybeans, because then they can safely, in premise, safely not use DTs or the other like higher, more toxic chemicals. So you've got one without the other. You get rid of a lot of things, but then we kind of have this new issue. So
Well,
it,
yeah.
it takes away the body's ability, and I believe in premise it's taking away the body's ability to process things properly. I think that's the big, but now we're seeing these glyphosate sensitivities. We're seeing all these weird things coming up.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, glyphosates. I don't know
Yeah,
what the
if
long
you
as
haven't,
anything long term.
of course, my dog's always barking like crazy. Every time I go on live, I guess it's more packages. My son got his income tax and everything. I went shopping on Amazon, I guess. But
I left my husband alone yesterday. I went into town. He did the exact same thing.
oh no, on a rainy day, what do? You go
Rainy
shopping.
day. What do you do? I was like, oh, good lord. A lot of it's important. Like a lot of it's important stuff. But I mean, it's funny. Oh, I did a big Amazon order. I'm like,
Mm. And of course, they send it all in different days. So every day we get 2 or 3
it's
different
like
packages, different times.
Christmas every day.
Yeah.
Christmas. But it is. So make sure, I mean, like, honestly, connect. I mean, on my wisedivinewoman.com, I have a couple of free supporting your estrogen metabolism. That sort of talks about the toxins from an estrogenic point of view. The 5-day hormone detox talks about the toxins that are playing a massive harmful role in breast health for women. And Wendy has such incredible programs in her private group. So get in there to understand the depth that she goes into about understanding the level of toxins and how with ease you can get those things changed in your household.
And this month we're really focusing in on cancer proofing our lives. So really diving into all different areas of our life and looking at what are carcinogens and what are being, ingested and taken in, and things that we don't even think about that are coming into our lives. In the comments, I've put a list of beauty ingredients in our beauty products. So everything from hair dyes to hair shampoos, body washes, makeup, whatever kind of stuff that we use on our bodies on a regular basis, antiperspirant. And there's a list of things that you want to watch and look for. And I was just looking at it. I have a Burt's Bees thing here. There's no ingredient. I have to open it up, I guess, to find out the ingredients. Just to see, there's a list here, and perfumes and fragrances and different things.
Things are held and hidden within the fragrance or the perfume or the natural flavoring and things like that. And so I know that one of the main ones is the BPAs that are like the old plastic bottles, the old, like even the baby liner bottles, the sippy cups, the Ziploc bags.
Do you know that diapers are actually even toxic?
Oh my gosh! So are maxi pads.
Yes, female products.
Tampons.
That's one of the big
ones. And tampons as well. Like in hindsight, you're just like, oh, good Lord. But again, we can't. So also the important thing I want to sort of finish with, because I'm at 5% now. So is that we cannot. I mean, we can do the best that we can to clear ourselves of the toxins, and that's our own responsibility to do that. No one's going to do it for you. But this is
it's not going to take a kit from the grocery store either to do it.
No, this is life. And we are always going to be surrounded with things that are not good for us. So we have the choice, but we also have to allow our own body and give our body the love and nurturing and support with the ability to detox and move as it should. So it's our responsibility to take care of our body so that we can handle these bombardments that come to us. Right? There's no foolproof way of living toxic free unless you're going to be living in the bush. Right? So
there's no magic.
At that you got to watch for poison ivy and bee bites and bears and things like that. Bigger
spray, and you got sunscreen and all these other things too. And depending upon who's throwing what on the fire that night, it's there's going to be different things. There's lots of things to watch for sure.
Must have met my husband. So all the strange things that get thrown in the fire. But
I give my husband hell too. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? What are you burning? It's like nothing. It's even stuff in the wood if you're not careful,
Take responsibility for yourself. Take responsibility for your family. If you the best that you can. I mean, they are in charge of their own lives. But just do the best that you can.
Yep, that's all we can ask for everybody and our own selves as well too. But Dana and I are here to guide you in the right direction with as much education that we can throw at you, or as much education that you want to take into whatever situation, whatever is pertinent to your lifestyle and your situation at the time. So if you have any questions, you want to reach out to us, please connect. We're always here. Guys, we are going to be shifting the coffee time a little bit, probably starting next week, going into some summer hours, just because that's what we do.
we have to take care of ourselves. So.
Yeah, exactly. And not that we're trying to scrimp out on anything here, because I know we both really work hard on a lot of things. We're just going to be shifting a little bit, and I'm still offering you guys as much information and support that you guys need on your journeys. So,
amen to that.
We'll connect with you guys again tomorrow, probably about lunchtime again. So we'll take care.
Take care, everyone.